All right. Welcome back, guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen. um, Appreciate you guys watching the video. If you enjoy it, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. There'll be more or another one coming out every day, just kind of diving into yesterday and trying to relate it today. But we'll get right into it. First thing I found here, the American Legion was founded yesterday in 1919. The American Legion provides life-changing assistance and guidance for veterans, military personnel, their families, and communities in thousands of ways every day around the world. I was looking to see kind of how that can relate to today, and I thought of fracking with all these endless wars that we're in, and majority of it's based off of oil or people fighting over oil, and fracking made it to where we were independent for energy, pretty much. And with taking away the fracking, we will be reliant on these other countries to supply us with oil. Just kind of blows my mind. The article I found here, 7 Senate Democrats oppose fracking ban in symbolic vote. I don't know if this is true, because at the bottom it also says that they Politico reported that the Democrats later stripped the amendment from the budget resolution, along with bipartisan motions supporting the Keystone XL pipeline and barring undocumented immigrants from receiving stimulus checks. So they'd done it and then they took it away. It's like they came out, made a press, like, we're standing for the people who have their jobs. It's like, tonight I successfully, quote from Senator Braun, tonight I successfully included an amendment to stop the Biden administration from banning fracking, to protect jobs, to keep American energy independent, and to keep us on the path to clean, cheap energy. But then you go and stripped it after, so it seems like a show at this point. Next thing that I found here was Bondi Beach waves. A series of freak waves strike Bondi Beach 1938 yesterday in Sydney, Australia. The waves pull people back into the sea, causing the death of 5, and further 250 had to be rescued as they've been dragged hundreds of yards offshore. The day became tragically known as Black Sunday in Australia. And I just thought this was interesting because I hear Black Sunday a lot in the songs and everything like that, so thought I'd bring it up and then dive into the news on weather, possibly. It shows for February, meteor shower, snow moon, and Sirius to be put on shows in February. Sirius, the constellation, a meteor shower. There was one that occurred 18th of November in 2020, but due to the period that we're in, the moon reaches its new phase on Thursday, February 11th. On this date, the moon is located near the sun and invisible at night, so it'll be allowing the access of a possibility of seeing some meteors, which should be pretty cool. The snow moon, I kind of looked into the snow moons, like a new beginning, the first moon of February. It's also known as a hunger moon, which I thought that was kind of weird. Full moon, depending on what month. Yeah. But that's pretty cool. Some stuff to look forward to when you're looking up, I guess. Next thing that I found here, yesterday, 1943, Lieutenant General Dwight D. Eisenhower becomes the commander-in-chief of all Allied forces in North America. He was responsible for planning and supervising the invasion of North America in Operation Torch in 1942 and 43. And successful invasion of Normandy in 44 to 45 from the Western Front. He's the 34th president of the United States after from 1953 to 61. I just kind of looked into, what was going on possibly with our foreign affairs. And I thought this was interesting, which is brought up to me earlier, but it did come out January 21st. It was the day after Biden got elected. China imposes sanction on Trump officials, including Mike Pompeo. Beijing targets former U.S. Secretary of State and 27 others for violating its sovereignty. So we have an opposing government that's basically our top um, foe in the world right now, uh, sanctioning off the entire force that was strong-handing the China issue that we have in this country. And Biden has said absolutely nothing. Nothing. He did come out with this. President Joe Biden says China's in for extreme competition from the U.S. under the administration, but the new relationship he wants to forge needs to not be one of conflict. Which I agree. I don't want conflict, but I'd like it to be not a competition. I don't know how to say it. Competition seems like it's for the economics. When you're talking Joe Biden in another country, it just seems like he's competing who makes the most money in the deal, right? It's the big guy. File in December 4th file from 2013, President Xi Jinping and Biden. In an interview broadcast Sunday, Biden acknowledged that he has yet to speak with the Chinese President Xi Jinping since his inauguration January 20th, but noted that the two leaders had met many times when both men served their countries as vice president. "I know him pretty well," Biden said in an excerpt from the interview aired Sunday by CBS Face the Nation. "When they do speak, they will have a whole lot to talk about, I bet." Biden appears to be concentrating his initial telephone diplomacy on U.S. allies. He so far has spoken with the leaders of Canada, Mexico, United Kingdom, France, Germany, Japan, South Korea, Australia, and the NATO Secretary General. He also worked in a conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin. I didn't hear about that one. I didn't add it to this because I'm just not sure about that yet. Might have to look into that. In the interview, Biden described Xi as very bright and very tough, but with a Democratic small d bone in his body. I don't know what that means. It sounds like he's making fun of him. A Democratic small d bone in his body? I don't know what that means. Shortly after Biden succeeded President Donald Trump in the White House, a spokesperson for China's foreign ministry said that after this very difficult and extraordinary time, both the Chinese and American people deserve a better future. That's pretty funny because you guys imposed sanctions soon after. Beijing welcomed the Biden administration decision to remain in the World Health Organization and return the Paris Climate Agreement. Yeah. Ridiculous. So, yeah, we got a lot of that going on. Next thing that I looked into here, actually, there was one other thing for foreign affairs. I seen here welcoming the verdict in the case against Dominic Ongwen for war crimes against humanity. We're still looking for Joseph Kony. I did not know we were still looking for Kony. The United States continues to offer a reward up to $5 million for information that leads to the arrest, transfer, and conviction of Joseph Kony, leader of the Lord's Resistance Army. Anyone with information about him or his whereabouts can email wcrp@state.gov or send a WhatsApp text to message 202-975-5468. Pretty interesting here. We're still looking for this dude. I did not know that. And why did this come up as well when I looked into him? Leaked emails reveal Angelina Jolie's plot to invite Joseph Kony to dinner, baiting his capture. Do you know where he's at? You're in Hollywood. Why does Hollywood have connections with Kony? Wasn't Kony the guy that had small kids fighting his war for him? Some weird stuff going on. I just thought that was a little bit of a trip, but yesterday, also, 1974, national health insurance. President Nixon has urged Congress to approve a comprehensive national health insurance plan. Kind of looked into what's going on with the Biden administration, and they actually reopened healthcare.gov enrollment, which I'm pretty sure is Obamacare. An executive order by President Biden expands healthcare.gov enrollment from February 15th to May 15th, 2021. The move reopens the doors to health insurance for potentially millions of Americans who may have lost coverage during the pandemic. States that run their own healthcare marketplaces are also expected to follow suit. I don't believe you can say you can do that. There's a separation between federal and state governments, right? I mean, they can decide not to, right? But yeah, bringing back the Affordable Care Act and Medicaid, or expanding Medicaid. Um, but yeah, that's Biden for you. And then last thing here, 2006, the Senate Judiciary Committee hears email, telephone tapping necessary. The Attorney General has told senators that spying on American phone calls and emails abroad will be a necessary part of the war on terror. And I believe this is the stuff that Snowden expanded on, that it's more than that. Alberto Gonzalez defends the policy to members of State Judiciary Committee. Committee Chairman Arlen Specter queries whether President Bush has the authority to order this sort of spying, and questions are asked on whether electronic eavesdropping would be illegal and infringes on civil liberties. So shout out to that guy, Arlen Specter. To bring it into today, which is amazing thing, that not only do we have the people, basically what it was before, you had people trying to fight companies, these big tech companies, on censorship and their rights, and now we have an actual politician standing for us. DeSantis bracing for a big fight over big tech crackdown. We're buckled up. Florida governor unveils series of proposals, including $100,000 daily fine for deplatforming political candidates, like Donald Trump, prior to the election. So this is amazing. I'm just going to kind of let him take it for a second.
For coming on. Did we characterize that correctly? What
This
this law would
Tucker
do?
on him.
Yeah, and it's more than that. I mean, I think that we're going to do three different things. One is protect Floridians' data privacy from big tech, which is a huge issue. As you said, protect big tech from interfering in an election. And that may mean you deplatform a candidate you don't like. Two guesses as to which type of candidate big tech wouldn't like. But it also means doing the algorithms in a way that will suppress stories or accelerate them to benefit a candidate. That's effectively an in-kind contribution. And then the general protections for deplatforming users. And what we're allowing people to do is bring civil suits under the Florida Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Statute and Anti-Fraud Statute, and also allowing the state attorney general to do that as well if big tech is not applying their terms of service in a coherent and principled way, which they almost never do. So we think that this is something that Floridians want protection from.
Yeah, everybody wants protection from it. Everybody's going along with it. Everybody wants it to happen, so shout out to him. Big step here. Hopefully we get somewhere with reform on 230, or a revising, or basically look into, I think it's one word, and it's in good faith, and that's the only thing that gives them overall power, because they can say, no, we thought it was in good faith. We didn't know. So it just, that's the main issue with it. But DeSantis is bracing for the big fight, and he's willing to fine daily $100,000. So shout out to him. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And I hope you have a good night. As always, good day tomorrow. Peace.